I made a little thingy-dingly. I linked it on Discord, and I made a post about it on Blue Sky. This is all the classes right here. And in the bottom, I've added in the releases, right? The teasers, right? So this one, I believe I placed them like this. And then I wrote the top two are the ones I am the most unsure about. Like genuinely, I'm genuinely unsure about these ones. And I would be very open for this one to end up being a Guardian. I think that would be reasonable. I think this one is probably the one that's the most open. Anything could be Bard, right? But I think if it's not Mesmer, it would probably end up being a Ranger. I believe so. I mean, what can Mesmer even get? Chrono has everything you need. Yeah. Yeah. So, where do you expand Mesmer further? We have to be a completely new playstyle. I think the reveal went light, heavy, medium. So the first is Mesmer, second is Guard, third is probably the Thief. That makes the next one, which would be this one, should be light as well. I heard that some people were hypothesizing that this one, this symbolizes like liquefying metal of some sort, like another object of some sort, which, because there was some teasers, the teasers in Chinese accounts had poems written to it, right, alongside with it, and the poem here to revolving this one made it seem like life, like it was more of a life and death liquid or sturdy, whatever you want to call it, which made people match it with Necromancer. And this one could, like, this one's an open case. I think most people agree. I think everyone agrees that it's a heavy armor elite spec. Yeah, like, I've not been able to find these poems anywhere else, but everyone has been talking about it, but nobody's providing the freaking source. Hello, Tangled. But this one seemed like it would be a good fit to Guardian now after reading those poems. I'm still open for Revenant, but then again, Revenant could literally be anything. It depends completely on which legend they you know, buy. Think of the looks. The reason why I'm not sold on the cards being Thief, look at what they did with Willbender or Catalyst. Yeah, I see your point. The tricky part for me, however, is that every elite spec pack has had a geographical attachment to like they have had that in common. Now, whether we've gone to the jungle in Heart of Thorns, or whether we've gone to Alone Path of Fire, or we went to, I mean, you know, no matter where we went, there has been a geographical location, and its stories told there. It's brought the inspiration to, and therefore these new elite specs became unlockable. You said, oh shit, did I miss it? Oh yeah, you did, yeah. You missed it. Hi, Lid. How you doing? Everyone thought it would be a Thief to initiative, but it wasn't the case. Yeah, I don't believe that this thing here, just because it happens to have the initiative logo, that it's an equals to. Because that's the same thing with as you notice with Willbender, they also have those things. Plus, it looks like a pretty darn basic card. So, hello Latio. So I don't just because he has a square slightly tilted, I don't think it's enough to say like it's Thief. I do, however, think it would suit Thief really, really good. It could be a magical one, obviously, like Elementalist, that would be able to rock this as well. That's the odd thing about these. Other than the heavy helmet, which theoretically should be one of the 3 heavy armor classes, the other 3 are a complete wide open case. Like, imagine if we got a weapon Teasers instead, and that would be a great sword. People would always immediately think like, a great sword, melee weapon, heavy should be heavy classes. But Rint are so freaking innovative and has so much imagination that it doesn't tell us anything. Mesmers bring up great swords, and they go watch me use this as a range magical casting weapon. It doesn't make. There is no sense other than their own imagination. They could make this be a freaking an engineer to find a really neat looking helmet, right? It's engineer now, and they wouldn't be able to make it. They would be able to make it make sense. The only thing that I think our best cause to figure out what is matched with what is that we need to start theory crafting on its location. And as much as I like to think about the fact that it might be Utopia because of the similarities in the background compared to the assets shown in the 20th anniversary art book, the colors being such a huge indicator, right? It's very clear that these colors will be in huge association with the elite spec, which then would imply that it could be one of these compasses, that it could be somewhere northeast, right? Because just in the same way we got Tyria first, then we got Hardy Maguma ended up being green, we got yellow northwest. Some revelation ties to Bloodstone magic in the story. And say so, yeah. And the great sort of whacking stick. Yeah, honestly, yes, yeah. Yep, Helm's Engie's wielding helmet with wings, exactly. Maybe they just got like a power up like Mario, and all of a sudden they can double jump in air, right? So it could be that that we're pointing towards, you know, being orangey purple. It could indicate, or even red to some extent, that it would be up here. But then it will look what's even going on over here. The only thing that's been relatively memorable or pointed out is Dalana, and that would be Alona, and there maybe we could attach things here. Once we go too far down here, we end up being south, right? The moment we pass the Crystal Desert, we are no longer in the northern part, so theoretically this is not even northeast. This Zalana is like when we click into the Crystal Desert, we end up over Amnoon. Imagine if we click on the button that's up here, we can't go down. It can't really aim down here, could it? Exactly. So they could name it, like change the location of the name, because if you really start looking at it, if we go back to here, there's some sort of lake, waterfall, mist gate, whatever, and it's a very lush jungle, like a lot of plants, palm trees, and etc. Maybe something like that, right? To the tunnel, that is true. Gaia Delve, the one in which we don't speak of. What? So it could be that the majority of this area here, right? Tunnel hype. If that's the case, then I was playing like an hour ago in Lake Doric. I ran into an NPC guardian with the same helmet as the logo and had a great sword. It's Seraph. That's the weird thing, that this helmet looks incredibly similar to the Seraph helmet. And where do you draw inspiration of an elite spec of a class that's available through all races? Why? Just why? right? It would be the equivalent of the one, another elite spec being the freaking Inquest, right? What if these pictures are just random and has no connection? That would be incredibly funny. But previously, they all didn't seem to have a connection. And let's take EOD for example. And then they made a connection because EOD provided the geographical story and ties. They made all of the elite specs. They made sense. Like it was some through their military, or through their technology, or through their lore and history, or the jungle, or the environment, or the water. Like everything just made sense, right? And Harpies and the Wings are connected. A lot of Harpies live in Salana, so Dwayne inspired my speculation. Wasn't there someone? Who was that? Someone made a reference that there is a canon act that the first guardians with Dwayna were ascended Harpies. That's a canon fact that people suspected that was the case, right? So, and it doesn't look. It was you serious? So, did you send us a source of that one? Like a wiki source, something like that. It's not a helmet, it's a focus. You slap in your hand there, and then these are stabby points. Yeah, that's what I read. That's what I would do. I mean, that would be just to see people just really make stuff up, and then they could take notes and just go like, yeah. Do you know which wiki? The Dwayna Harpies Guild Wars wiki. Me. This is me. In Vabi, fierce and filthy harpies preyed upon the wandering bandits or travelers of anything they can steal. Some legends hold that the harpies were once beautiful winged creatures who proudly served Dwayna, the goddess of air, until a catastrophic event cast them down from the heavens. Now they stalk the earth as they struggle to survive. Vabi poets elaborate further, claiming that the fallen harpies now hate everything that walks on the ground. Vabi scholars dismiss such romanticized notions. This race of screeching, vicious, petty thieves is probably too simple-minded, they say, for such complex motivations. How many people thought Daredevil was getting a rifle? Yes, a lot of people are cooking up a lot of stuff, so it's really tricky. But with that in mind, like that's a direct quote, like a good-ish connection. Hold the phone. I tried rifle devil and felt cursed. Yeah. A little legend said the harpies are the descent of fallen servants of the goddess Dwayna who were cast down from the heavens. A similar legend claims that Dwayna's holy guards were once ascended harpies. Exactly. You changed your mind on the third reveal again. Now, if you look purely on the background, it has a lot of Utopia vibes with the mists and all of that, right? But when you start to think about, for starters, the color schemes, it seems like we're going to somewhere south, northeast. Like if that was some sort of indication. Wait, I gotta check my. I'm just gonna check my kindergarten knowledge here, right? Do we get yellow if we combine green and red? What color do you get when you mix red and green? Do you actually get yellow? So the argument of the location, it's a stretch, right? We could always go for Sub-Zero. Hit me. That's poop color. I mean, it's a darker tone of, like, calling it yellow is putting it kindly, right? But it's there, right? It's there. It's just a darker tone. So you couldn't argue that is indeed Soto. Right, so2 is poop color. And that would open up the door that whatever this is, it actually indicates on south. Why south? On northeast. And that's a huge argument against the Utopia reasoning, because the biggest point about that one is that it's in the freaking mists, right? How do I start streaming? Do you have a tutorial? Ooh, not really, but I can make one. I can help you. Something was poop. No, it was fine. Zephyr, how you doing? But the cars will make them soggy. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It would actually fit. You could put the plastic around them. That would be fine. But then, like, Metal Legion. So, and then if it's not just connecting the things, like obviously the frickin' Bard and the gambling thing, the card thing, they're so wide open they could fit into any culture so far, right? He got a new PC now. Got was a new Mesmer and Body's Thief. So you would do reversed. That would also work. Like honestly, that would also work. It's such a wide open case. The one that's relatively fair, I think, is the helmet, because we can safely say it's, or relatively safely say it's Guardian, Revenant, or Warrior. That's it. These remaining three are wide open. If you think you have a better guess, just hit me up with it. These cards are diamonds on different sides. None of them talking about that. Yeah, you're referring to these icons right here, right? Which could be a reference to initiative. They could just be neat decorations, just like Willbender logo.
With emphasis on different syllables are actually indicative of the part of speech they are.
They also have a little. To be fair, like if you look at the design here, they're cracked.
Syllable is a verb.
Like these are word, right? These are not mint condition. Oh shit, we're getting shit here.
Whereas the latter is a verb, the muscles contract. Same with record, address, impact, object, and a few others.
Wait, what? What? Ah. Well, the more you know. Percentage of reversible 8 of 25 is the same as 25 of 8. That I learned in school. I'm teaching that to kids. It's such, it breaks their minds. It breaks their minds. It's so fun, so much fun. Welcome aboard on car. How you doing? How you doing? Warrior cards confirmed. I mean, if we, like, in my mind,
In Lesotho, it is considered rude not to offer someone a bite of your food before you start eating. Courgette is actually the feminine noun of cucumber. By definition, a snake's body is a limb. England's biggest horticultural export is the figure you think your skeleton is inside you, but you're a brain, so you're inside your skeleton.
I don't even know what the fig is. Is it a fancy word for cigarette? Make music for dogs. It's a fruit? They got fruit in the UK? Oh, it does not look particularly tasty, I can tell you that much. To be fair, maybe that's, the image might not make it justice. Nope, I think that looks bad. Strike. Bacon. Yeah, that's not nice. Not nice, they can keep him. They can keep him. Vegetables, flowers. Horticulture. Horty-dorty. I love the fact that Alcon just dips in some huge random knowledge, and it completely tests my ability to figure out what the hell things are. It's great. You're not joking? I'm neither am I. No bonito. That was yesterday's coffee. This is the There we go. Alright. So when we're done, don't clip that. So without trying to match, if you want to match this, by the way, be my guest, go onto Blue Sky and tag me, or go to my profile and upload this. Give it a shot yourself. We have not gotten a new one, have we? Just double checking. If we got a new one, it should be up by now. No. So we're probably not getting one today. We'll keep it open just in case. So my thought... Fig, probably then. Like, with the fact that the color kinda combine red and green kinda makes Poopy yellow, but that means, you know, Soto is yellow, so getting the orangey purple vibe of these could indicate that we're going to Elona-ish, which does Zalana, and the fact that the helmet could be a reference to Dwayna, which could be a reference to Heartbeats, which are natives of Zalana. Then what else do we have? The Bard and the card I'm not even gonna mention. I don't even know what that would end up being. With one with and one you can compare. Oh, please do. Yes. Hopefully not. You're hopefully not talking about the figs. The one that I was talking about, right? These. Yeah, a huge argument against anything magical is that these are worn out. These are not mint condition. If these cards had anything to do with magic, they would not be in this rough condition, right? These cards are not consumables in that sense, like maybe a magic wielder would summon and throw magical cards, right? So in my mind, that's a quite significant proof that we're probably getting this is probably like Thief. Engineer wouldn't really make any sense to me, because from I don't see how they would make it into some sort of kit or something. Bard fits really good with Mesmer, could also be with Thief, could even to some extent be freaking Warrior, because Bard is like a traveler, right? And Bard is traditionally known to be supportive, and then I'm thinking about what class is a traveler that is lacking a supportive playstyle. It's not Mesmer. Elemental is writing quite well regarding that. Is it? is it though? Is it though? No. Maybe? I don't know. Could be. Could be. Interior talk. Thank you. I'll take a look. With Boon spec for Thieves as a card will go well trickery spec. That is, yeah. Like, it just thematically makes sense to me that Thief is some sort of gambit. Right? Yeah. Uh-huh. So you have the tomes where you summon the books, but it's like cards, yeah. So instead of your steal ability, you're gonna get something else, right? Because to be like the freaking steal ability, it just makes sense that it has something to do with cards, like gambling. The entire association with it fits Thief, so that's where I would say the best chances ends up being. There we go. Let's see here. What did you cook? Oh shit! Okay, that's nice. That's really nice. You even cropped out the freaking images. Good job. We'll use that one instead. There.
Do you know where I can find it? In your dreams.
Yeah, like, just because these are vintage, right? And then placing them next to each other, it just looks right. In my mind, this just looks right. Didn't we have collect a full deck of cards in Soto? Well, maybe. I hope Thief will get 20 weapon skills because 4 darkness attunements and 4 flip. They need more tools, really. That's what. There's a name in Tyrion history that fits through. Saul was a gambler. I've seen a lot of people copy paste that exact sentence yesterday and today, and it could very well be, honestly, just up there. Revenant time. I mean, the helmet is for me, the helmet is the odd one out. I'm bothered that I can't figure out the helmet, because it screams warrior, but it's exactly like the freaking core class. And for that reason, it just feels too obvious. And all the elite specs revolves around the weapons they use. Same thing with Guardian. That's why I believe the helmet is freaking Revenant. It's the only one left. Human Revs, that's true. Like I put the helmet in Revenant just for the... It's like I can't see it being anything else. I'm really struggling with the mere thought of it being something else. Welcome aboard Noxerud. Magneto, yeah.
Those guards need to drink less and do their job.
I mean, I'm just gonna slap Bard into Mesmer for now. And this thing, probably Necromancer probably. By the way, Alcar, do you have the poems from the Chinese teasers? My Big Guardian. Yeah. It's also with Marvel Gambit. Yeah. Belonging to a subspecies of human called mutants, Gambit can mentally create, control, and manipulate pure kinetic energy. He has also got incredible knowledge and skill in cards throwing, hand-to-hand combat, and use of the buh. The buh. We'll just slap these out. Like, I feel like no matter which order I put them, I'm not gonna be satisfied. Why is it so difficult? It should not be this difficult. We're just gonna slap them out in the move. I mean, the helmet doesn't fit in there either, does it? I mean, it's kind of pointy, but I'm matching the icons, indeed, yeah. It was Alcar's big brain idea. Necromancer. So we're just slapping them all in here just to get an idea if it feels good having them there, or if it just feels weird. And obviously they need to be in correct order as well, because otherwise I'll riot. Right, and now we're talking about these up here. The Bard fits. The Bard fits in my books. If Logan died, like, he didn't get to rest or anything like that. He dies because the queen notices that he's sleeping with the other woman. Helmet will be Ranger. Alcar, you're an absolute beauty. I could kiss you. For the people that don't know, we got teasers, right? But the Chinese teasers got little cute poems alongside them, and they give a little bit of an insight on what it's gonna be about. Now, where are they?
And I tell you it's the apples. They're worth fighting for.
Are they in that? Maybe here. There we go. Here. Earlier on, I promised to show you some secret hints that might help us with further speculation around the new elite specs. I must preface this by saying this is second-hand information and should absolutely be taken with a grain of salt until reliability can be verified. This goes double because I don't speak Chinese. Same thing with me. And they got some beautiful things here. And I will start with the Bard one. The loot. Life floats by, my heart drifts with the clouds. As far as I can tell, this doesn't. No, that's it. Okay, that's it. Life floats by, my heart drifts with the clouds. Cool. But he sounds like a bard. This sounds like a bard very much. The second poem is for the helmet. Armor turns into feathers. It's a freaking harpy. Mountains turn into sword blades. It's a rev spec. Are we channeling a freaking harpy? Ranger. I mean, on. Armor turns into feathers. Mountains turn into sword blades. Imagine of feathers and armor transforming into them could lend towards credence in the idea of being a Valkyrie spec. It's harpy. It has to be a harpy. It's we're channeling a freaking mountain. No, but ah.
You got the stuff?
Depends. You got the gold.
I think
I'm blowing my mind. I'm blowing my own mind right now. Okay, the third teaser, the orb and the horn, translates silver flows in 1,000 shapes. Summon shadow shaping attack. So, silver floaty boaty, and then the shadow reference. Well, shadow is usually necromancer associated, alternatively thief, thanks to spectre and the shadow step and all those skills, right? So it's either one of the two, right? And we did not get a for the latest one, did we? There's only 3. No, here, okay. The card says this will be disproven once we get. No, why is that a quote? Okay. 4th is a hand of cards, presumably. Yeah. All right. That's nothing. Not yet. So there. But that means if it's a harpy reference, we're going to Zalana. It's a reference to Dwayna and the fact that the harpies were fighting for her. They were freaking ascended harpies, and then something happened. They got cast away. They're probably really salted to humans. And we know that all main expansions have been building the world and giving us more stuff, more lore, more information, more insight on other races that are not playable. So getting folks on the harpies could be a great way. Of course, we're going to go to Zalana. Yeah, it definitely, everything is pointing in that direction. So knowing we're going to Zalana, having an idea on what's happening or happened in Zalana, we can try to use that. Flock to be. We can try to use that knowledge to get an idea on what the other elite specs are. I don't recall harpies being particularly good with instruments, nor that they have a culture of gambling. Flock to me. So I don't know. But that's a huge connection. But whatever we get, the harpy and the helmet is probably the biggest tell so far. And with that being the, what was it? The helmet. Armor turns into feathers. Mountains turns into sword blades. Alright, for this to work, they need armor. And for me, when you're using armor, it's usually like metal, which means 1, 2, 3. I guess it could be warrior. Warriors have been the ones who've been teaching. No, really, they've been taught the ways of blah, right? Can hypnotize in the fantasy lore? Oh.
I'm gonna meet my future husband this year. The fortune teller said so.
Let me guess. Only rich as a merchant, strong as a
Spellbreaker warriors were taught spell breaking through Sunspear, right? And they were taught how to blade sword through the military in Cantha. So I guess that would make sense. It's just sucky that it's exactly the same icon-ish, but yeah, it was boring icon spec. I mean, to be fair, and the harpies would do pretty decent with. I want to see Zalana. Go back. I'm so late to my own freaking thing I said I was gonna do. Unexplored region on the northeast of the wilderness of Bazdarn. I don't know about this area, but it's well a homeland of the Harpies, Hecates, and Prince Amtor the Mighty. No, he has to fend them off. Whatever the case, this area is for some reason listed on the map the same as font size as the Sea of Sorrow and Ruins of War. So he always had his location told. Frogs. We're probably gonna see some frogs. How can we associate, like, now we know Harpy's connection might have to do something with the helmet. Can we connect these to something else? The Hecate. Culture. They got culture. The Hecate do not have a faith of God, but rather revere the sun. Presented both good and evil. To Hecate, the sun is bringer of life, sustained heat and bounty, as well as harbinger of drought and famine. Of festivals. So it's kind of like the other ones, right? It's divided into individual tribes, kind of like the same one. And yeah, no. Hecate is a frog goddess in ancient Egypt. Is it Elona based on Egypt stuff? So you will see the back. Oh no! What did I'm fearing what I have. It's the same environment as the teaser. It's the same environment, and they're holding spears. Tall trees, swamp, spears that we just got as well. The engineer stated the harpies have a pleasant aroma and was creating a perfume using harpy sweat filtered through harpy feathers that were uniquely able to filter at lesser. What? The more you know. The more you know, I guess. Delightful. Oh man. Was mentioned in the first job. Was it? Yeah, get coffee. We're in for a long ride now. Expanse title of this alone was never settled or heavily explored by humanity, but appeared to have some temples and settlements of unknown origin. The Prince of Vabi have claimed that Zalana is the homeland of the Hecate Harpies and is said to have extensive canyon land. Harpies, human tribes been colonizing alone. They built the city of Zagon, would be on the eastern border of province of the wilderness of bears that Zalana they for. Nothing else. Following the full Apollo Joker's tyranny, he and the weakening of Krakatoric's dragon brand, Elunian regions which were previously deemed off limits became more accessible again. The newly reformed Republic of Elona had begun making tentative excursions into Zalana. Their motivation for advanced deeping increased once the Republic joined the Tyrian Alliance, whose main goals were to recruit civilizations near and far from multiracial organizations that safeguard the world of Tyria from inner or outer threats. According to scout reports, Harpies remained dominant in Zalana's hostile mountainous territory, and there also been records of rumors of temples and settlements which merited further exploration. Either could this mean underwater expansion? Who's to say? Probably not though, but it would be cool. I mean, I want another teaser now. It would be pretty if it was one. Nah, alright. Well, I think it's pretty safe to say that we're going there, and this thing has something to do with metal liquefying. I don't know where metal becomes a part in a place where harpies are primarily dominant. I think with the Eider. Jar of harpy phenomenon. I have not heard of. Vendor. I do not want. What? Harpy love? More water. It's definitely water. But I'm curious to see how they tie the bod and this card thing down. But I think the bod is Mesmer. This is Thief. This might actually unironically end up being Warrior, because I think they're the ones that have been actively taught something. They're too old for core. I love Corbin.